Good morning, students. So today we are going to talk about the atomic structure, the last part of this. We already discussed about the how atomic structure theory evolved throughout the ages. First is initially we talk about J.J. Thomson method. After that, due to some drawback, we come to the Rutherford model. Even Rutherford model also holds some drawback, right? That's why we have to study the Bohr model of atom. Now today we are using Bohr model of atom only nowadays. Actually, it is a quantum theory. Okay, we won't talk about in the class 9 itself. So, according to Bohr model, what happened? The there is a nucleus at the center. Okay, see this here. According to Bohr model, what is there? There is a nucleus at the center, which include proton and neutron, and the electrons are moving in a discrete path around the nucleus. Okay, so let's see here. So for any element in a periodic table, you see there is a atomic number written down, and there is a mass number written above. It is sideways. It is written. This is the convenient way of writing atomic number and mass number. Atomic number and mass number in a element of a periodic table. So there are, I already told you in the first class itself to memorize 1 to 20 element with atomic number and mass number. So why I told you that? So that you can actually understand in a element or in a atom how many number of proton, neutron or electrons are present. Okay, so here you see one thing. If we consider this particular lithium atom, there is no charge. First thing you have to notice, there is there is a charge or not. If there is not a single charge, that means you have to consider this as a neutral atom. Now considering it as a neutral atom, you have to find out the number of proton. How will you find? From the atomic number. If atomic number is 3, that means the number of proton is also 3, and the number of electron is also 3. And what is mass number then? Mass number is the number of proton plus number of neutron. Here you see, if you have to calculate the number of neutron, I already talked that number for this particular lithium atom, the number of proton present is 3 and number of electron present is 3. Why the number of electron is 3? Because there is no any charge, not any charge. We already going to talk about this later on, ion, but right now I'm saying it simply. Okay, take this simply as a neutral atom. So only number of proton and number of electron we got. But how will you calculate the number of neutron? As you all know, mass number is a summation of number of proton and neutron. We will get, we simply just have to minus 7 minus 3, 4. So 4 is your number of neutrons. Understand? I hope you have understand that. So consider this example of carbon. Here we see at the center, we already know that, right? Carbon is your, the atomic number of carbon is 6 and the mass number is 12. So it is a neutral atom, So what will happen? The number of proton will be 6, number of electron will be 6. And how to find out the number of neutron? 12 minus number of proton. Here number of proton is 6. So here the number of proton is 6. So 12 minus 6, you will get 6. So 6 is the number of neutron. So ultimately proton, neutron and electron, all number is 6 here for carbon. So you see the brown color, the dark brown color are all your neutrons. It doesn't have any charge. and the blue color particles are your protons, and it has positive charge, and you all know the electrons have negative charge, and it revolve around your nucleus. Okay. So your next topic is isotopes and isobars. So what is isotopes and isobars? Isotopes are what? They are atoms of same element have different number of neutrons. That means what? If we simplify this, the atoms having same atomic number but different mass number are known as isotopes. They have the same number of proton, the same number of atomic number but different number of neutrons. That means different number of mass number is known as your isotopes. If the mass number are similar but the atomic number is different, then it is known as your isobars. Okay, let's talk about the isotopes first. So you should remember one thing: hydrogen have three isotopes. It is already written in your book. Hydrogen have three isotopes. That means their atomic number will remain same. That means atomic number will remain 1 only. For each hydrogen, atomic number will remain 1. Mass number will be different: 1, 2 and 3. So the first one is known as prosium, then second one is your deuterium, and third one is your tritium. So these are your three isotopes of hydrogen. And what we have learned here, the mass number is different but the atomic number remain the same. That means what? Their neutron is different. If we calculate, their neutron will be different. Okay. So this is your for hydrogen. Hydrogen have three isotopes. Chlorine has two isotopes having mass. One is 35, another is your 37. Actually, we write always the mass number of chlorine as 35.5. Why? Because it is actually the average of these two. This is your relative atomic mass. How it is calculated is written here, because this 35 chlorine is present about 75% and 37 is 25%. So taking the average, we get the 35.5. So nowadays actually we use 35.5 because we actually take the average here. So you no need to worry about all these calculations. You just need to remember one thing, that chlorine has two isotopes, and one having the mass 35, another having the mass 37. Okay. So isotopes basically the elements having same atomic number but different mass number. For chlorine there is 2, for hydrogen there is 3. Okay. Now come to isobars. Isobars are what? Isobars are elements, different element having same mass number. When mass number is equal, then it is known as isobar. I hope you have understand so far. And the last one is your isotone. It is not mentioned in your NCERT book, but still I think you should know this as well. Isotopes mean when the protons are same, that and neutrons are different. That is, mass number is different, atomic number is same. When mass number is same, atomic number is different, then it is known as your isobar. When the neutron number, here you see all the neutron number are similar and proton number are different. So when the neutron number is similar, then it is known as isotones. Understand? I hope you have understand so far. The isotones have the same number of neutrons. Okay. So one thing you see, how to calculate the number of proton, neutron and electron when it is an ion. At first I told you, when we are talking about the lithium, I told you by considering it as a neutral atom. But what will happen if lithium or here already I took one example of oxygen here. What will happen if there is a plus minus charge is present? Say for example for chlorine, if there is a minus charge present, what will be the proton, neutron and electron? And if it is oxygen here, what will be that? And if sodium, mostly it is present as sodium plus, what will happen if it is H plus? So first let's talk about this one. So here you see, we already know the oxygen has, your atomic number of oxygen is 8 and mass number is 16. So for that, the number of proton will be what? Proton number will be 8, right? And number of neutron will be what? We have to calculate is later on. Okay, so number of proton will be 8. What will be the number of electron? If it is a neutral, when it was neutral, its number of electron was your 8. But as it has minus 2 charge, that means what? Minus 2 means what? It has more 2 electron. If it is oxygen never written as 2 plus, okay, just to make you understand, I am taking this example. It was so what will happen? Mostly it is O2 minus charge is there. But if it is O2 plus charge is there, what will happen? That means it has lack of 2 electron. 2 plus means it is donating 2 electron. If it has 2 minus charge, that means what? It is gaining 2 electron. It has more electron. So here for oxygen 2 minus, proton will be 8. As it is minus 2, that means what? Minus means addition of electron, plus means donation of electron. So always remember, minus means addition of electron and plus means donation of electron. So what will happen? The number of electron will be what? 8 plus 2, 10. Now calculate the number of neutron. So number of neutron will be what? We already know the mass number is 16. So 16 minus 8, it will be 8. So for ion, I hope you have understand now. For ion, the proton number will be 8. The electron number, if it is whatever the charge, jodi plus thake, whatever the charge, if it is a plus, it will the donation of electron. If it is negative, then it is a gaining of electron. So you have to just simply add that if it is minus charge. And the remaining part, how will you calculate the neutron? You just simply need to subtract the number of proton, that is your atomic number, from mass number, and you will get the number of neutron. I hope you have understood. For ion part, anion, maybe it may be cation, it may be anion. So you have if you have any doubt regarding anion calculation, you can ask me directly. And that's all we have for the chapter number 4, I guess. So thank you so much.